With the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' victory in Super Bowl 55, the NFL season has concluded. So, time to give a review of the final game of the 2020-2021 NFL season. Some takeaways from Super Bowl 55 coming up right after we hit that intro.
I gave you fair warning, beware. Smack him in the mouth.
Corner the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown.
Smack him in the mouth. I gave you fair warning, beware. I'll smack him in the mouth.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the most electrifying sports podcast in the game today. I am Mike, and I am on the mic, and I am very excited to get into it and give you 5 takeaways from the Super Bowl last night for me. It might be 2 days ago by the time I get to edit this and post this for you guys. 5 takeaways.
Out the shot, the Mavs at Staples Center. Don't miss this episode.
From the big game, I'm excited to bring it to you. I got 5 hot ones. No sports heat will be left behind. Without wasting any time, let's get into it. But first, please take 2 seconds to help me out to make this dream of doing this on a more full-time basis a reality. It takes 2 seconds of your time. Hit the subscribe button, tap the little notification bell right next to it so you're notified anytime I drop new content and new YouTube videos. If you want to find more content from me because you just haven't had enough of the most electrifying sports content in the game today, head over to the Instagram page, head over to the TikTok page, head over to the Facebook page at Mike on the Mic Sports across the board. Let me tell you, I put 100% effort into this. You will not be disappointed by the video graphics, the editing, the audio editing, and everything in between. If you want more of me on a YouTube style show, I am actually co-host of the hottest sports debate show in the game today, Friday Night Wars. Just type in Friday Night Wars in your browser on YouTube and you can find it right after this video, or just click the link in the description. Anyways, let's get into 5 takeaways from Super Bowl 55. Number 5. The best game plan is the most aggressive game plan, and Todd Bowles, bow to you, man. You are the king of kings in this one. That was an amazing game plan that Todd Bowles executed for the Kansas City Chiefs, and even Patrick Mahomes said it in the post-game press conference. He straight up said they had an answer for everything that we tried to do as an offense tonight. And Todd Bowles recognized that the weakness was going to be that offensive line, and he attacked that in the most aggressive way you could possibly attack it. And it wasn't sending blitzes. It wasn't QB spying Patrick Mahomes. No, he said, hey, we got some dogs on that D-line. Go get them. And that's exactly what happened. They chased Patrick Mahomes around the field like a loose chicken, man. They could not catch him necessarily on some of the plays, but definitely impacted the game. And really, from that point forward, from when the D-line started to dominate this game from the first quarter on, the Chiefs had no answer. The Chiefs' offense was shut down for the very first time ever. And I was shocked because I actually picked the Chiefs to win the game. Was completely wrong about that, and I'll own up to being wrong about picks every once in a while. We actually had a really good playoffs doing 10-3 in the NFL Pick'ems, which we were doing over on the Instagram page. Again, Mike on the Mic Sports. But I got the Super Bowl pick wrong because I thought the Chiefs were going to adjust to this offensive line issue. I trusted Andy Reid. I trusted Patrick Mahomes to get the job done despite it all. Because, I mean, the man is a $500 million man. The man is a 10-year contract receiving man, former MVP of the league, former Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champions last year. I expected them to come out with a game plan to kind of revert those offensive line problems, but Todd Bowles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense made an amazing plan going into this game, and they took care of business. I mean, I think I saw every single Tampa Bay Buccaneer defender at least make one play. Everyone contributed to that victory, offense and defense. But the defense especially was impressive to me because I knew Tom was going to bring it. Number 4. The Chiefs do indeed have holes on this team. I always looked at the Chiefs before this game as the most well-built and perfect team in the NFL. I mean, they had an aggressive, opportunistic defense. They have a decent defensive line that can get after opposing quarterbacks without having to force too many blitzes. Their linebacking core could use some work, but they get the job done. But offensively, all you need is average guys on defense. All you needed was average play on defense because the offense was so phenomenal. Patrick Mahomes obviously leading the charge, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, and all of the above. But we realized that the Chiefs' biggest hole is depth at the offensive line. Eric Fisher is a great offensive lineman. Take him off the offensive line and we see what goes wrong. We see what's going on with the Chiefs' offensive line minus Eric Fisher. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers exposed that. Just a few linemen go down, and the Chiefs can't block a soul. Shaq Barrett feasted. Ndamukong Suh was in there. Vita Vea was in there. JPP was in there. Every single defensive lineman was eaten for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They feasted on this Kansas City O-line, and in turn, feasted on Patrick Mahomes. So the Chiefs have some holes to address this offseason. That's kind of the fourth takeaway, really. They got to go out and add some depth to this O-line, maybe through the draft, maybe through free agency. We'll see what they can pull off with, impending cap situations to deal with Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes' contracts are going to conflict in a couple years from now. I think Travis Kelce's already locked down. But fourth takeaway, the Chiefs have some holes they need to address this offseason. They may not be the most complete football team in football. Number 3.
Number 3, my lord. Oh, okay. Number 3.
The most important position on a football field isn't quarterback. It isn't wide receiver. It isn't coach. It isn't defensive back. It isn't free safety. It isn't middle linebacker. The most important position on a football team in the NFL is leadership. And I know that's a little bit of a twist. Is leadership really a position? But I think that leadership holds a very important and very valuable aspect in the game of football, especially at a level where you're playing with a bunch of grown men who are rich. Egos galore. Going crazy. And that's what makes Tom Brady up here compared to anyone else to ever exist. That leadership quality. That he doesn't care where you're from. He doesn't care your past, your problems with the media, problems out in public. All he cares about is that when we are on this field, every single one of us has one common goal, and that is to win a Super Bowl. That leadership quality is something that cannot be matched. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have that from Tom Brady on the field, and they have that from the coaching staff off the field. Bruce Arians has done a great job at, 1, letting his coaches coach, his coordinators coach, and 2, letting his players be themselves within the game of football, but still stay disciplined enough to play their style of football at its highest level. And I think that is a quality in a coach that is almost needed to succeed in the NFL. And Andy Reid's very good at it too. Let your players be themselves still. Let their egos, let their personalities show up on the field in a positive way. And that is what impresses me most with Bruce Arians and with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and what they did this offseason up until the trade deadline, signing Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady, and bringing them all together. They know how talented these guys are, and you just got to let them express themselves the way that they express themselves. And Tom Brady, Bruce Arians, Leftwich, Todd Bowles did a phenomenal job at the most important part of a football team, being great leaders. 2.
His name, number 2.
As awesome and phenomenal and unbelievable Patrick Mahomes is, no one is actually Superman. Patrick Mahomes does need an offensive line. And he made some insane throws. I mean, insane throws. Stuff that I've never seen before. I mean, on back-to-back plays in a blowout game, a blowout Super Bowl, the man had me jumping out of my seat. The man had me going crazy, freaking out. Patrick Mahomes is the real deal, but he still, even though he is this phenomenal quarterback, generational talent, needs an offensive line, needs receivers to catch the ball. Gives me a lot of hope because I am a Chargers fan, big Justin Herbert guy. In the future, the Chargers have a shot at taking these Chiefs down because the formula is out there. If the Chiefs don't go out and get some offensive line help, the formula is out. Get after that man. Chase him make these ridiculous plays. Very unlikely to be successful. Even with making those impossible plays, Patrick Mahomes does need help. He does need an offensive line. He does need a complete team around him, just like any quarterback in football. So will this 10-year contract work out? That's the question. The number one takeaway.
Finally!
Tom Brady is inevitable.
I am inevitable.
Yes, much like that scene where Thanos goes ahead and says, I am inevitable. Snaps the finger. Tom Brady is inevitable. The system quarterback thing is out the window. Everywhere he goes, he succeeds. Everything he does, not even just on the football field, he succeeds. The man is a legend. The man is one of the greatest athletes of all time. And in the future, I think the man's going to be one of the most successful humans of all time. I mean, Tom Brady can come back next year, and they're going to be Super Bowl contenders again. He's defying age. He's defying time. And while we saw a couple moments where it's like, okay, Tom Brady of the past might have made that throw, for the most part, he still has that fire to play. He still has that fire to go and win a Super Bowl, obviously. And the man is just inevitable. Wherever he goes, he's going to succeed. No matter what you try and do, no matter how many people hate on him, no matter what the media says about him, he's going to find a way to succeed. He's going to find a way to make whatever's in front of him work. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Well, that's it for my 5 takeaways from Super Bowl 55 this past weekend. Closing the book on the last NFL season and now opening the book on the new one. Also going to be seeing some more NBA and MLB content coming soon now that the NFL football season is over. I don't know what I'm going to do. I love football so much. It is by far my favorite sport. It's the one sport that I played at and succeeded at. Well, not succeeded, whatever. One sport I played at and really enjoyed it from start to finish, every single second of it, every single part of the process. And I appreciate these NFL athletes and what they do in front of me, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Guys like Patrick Mahomes, guys like Tom Brady, absolute legends. I am very honored to have seen Tom Brady's career for most of it in my entire life, and now I'm going to get to see Patrick Mahomes hopefully for his entire career and most of my entire life again as well. Excited for it. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Mike on the Mic Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host once again, Mike on the Mic. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could take the 2 seconds, one more reminder, hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell. If you want more from me, I actually co-host the hottest sports debate show on YouTube today, and big things are coming to Friday Night Wars, so you definitely don't want to miss it. Link is in the description, or you can just search Friday Night Wars on YouTube and find myself and Joe Morley going at it every Friday night. If you want to join Team Mike, there's Team Mike jerseys for sale. Well, t-shirt jerseys, t-shirt jerseys, same thing. It's not the same thing at all. There's t-shirt jerseys up. If you want to join Team Mike, just head to FridayNightWars.com. As my friend Joe Morley would say. Thanks for tuning in one more time. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is me saying, until next time.
It's Phlaymz, I'm with Mike on the mic. With something brand new, one time for your mind. He gave you fair warning. Now it's time to smack him in the mouth with that raw sports talk from the town. Sweet chin music to your favorite sportscaster. Mike on the mic with sports talk that matters. Reppin' for the West, see the palms in the logo. Mike on the mic, sports pod, let's go.